The junior boys volleyball team was comprised of 7 eager grade 9 players ready to learn and develop, and 3 grade 10 players that would provide valuable veteran leadership throughout the season. The Raiders battled their way to a record of 7 wins and 2 losses for a third-place finish in regular season play. An unfortunate scheduling conflict left the Raiders shorthanded for the playoff round, missing 3 key starters. Despite a valiant effort and putting a small scare into the eventual county champions, the Raiders were unable to advance beyond the pool play of the playoffs. Thanks for a great season, fellas.
RCI had a very exciting senior boys volleyball team this year, made up of a group of dedicated guys that were full of potential. We competed in tournaments in Napanee, Belleville, and here at RCI in order to hone our skills for the league. This extra court time led to a strong regular season and a very exciting quarterfinal day. The highlight of the year was our game against Fellows in the quarterfinals, where we were down 14-7 in the 5th set and rallied back to win 16-14. We carried that heart and determination into the semi-final matchup and the EASA qualifier, but came up just short of a trip to EASA. Great season, gentlemen.
At the Renfrew County Golf Tournament this year, our boys team finished 3 strokes out of a 3-way tie for first, but RCI Golf qualified 2 individuals for EASA, with Carter Jarrett and Emma White advancing. Emma took it one step further, qualifying for the OFSA Golf Festival. Enjoy the fairways this summer. Thanks for a great season.
RCI's junior girls basketball team had a very successful year this year. The girls finished with a 5-2 record in our regular season, losing only to Opeongo in our prior. That record was good enough for third place in the regular season standings. In quarterfinals, the girls came out on fire and handled Valor easily with a 37-15 victory. In the semifinals, we met Opeongo with the chance at revenge over our regular season loss, and the junior girls did not disappoint, defeating Opeongo 32-25 to move on to the finals. Unfortunately, our prior was too strong and we were unable to win the overall county championships. We did advance to the Single A EASA championships as a Single A UOFSA champs. The girls played well at EASA, winning one and losing one, but that was not enough to move us on to the finals. Thank you, girls, for an enjoyable season, and congratulations on your Single A championship.
There was an international flair to this year's senior girls basketball team as French exchange student Louise Jeanette Munch came into our lives, joining us in the Raider family of ballers. This flair gave the team a whole new level of confidence, and the team rode this wave to an impressive 17-7 record. Gaining experience with tournaments in Cornwall and Belleville, the team went into the Douglas Den at Opeongo to upset the higher-ranked Wildcats in league semifinals to capture the A UOFSA championship for the 5th straight year. This set up a wild celebration and a tearful, bittersweet pizza party back on Raider turf as the win took place on Louise's final night in Canada. With Louise falling in love with Canada, with Renfrew, and with RCI, it allowed all of us to look in the mirror and realize we truly have something special here in Raiderland. Special thanks to Mr. Davis, who continues to volunteer his time despite working the majority of his time in Perth. Mr. Davis has been with the senior girls team for 5 years, which has resulted in 5 trips to EASA. A correlation that he suggests is a causation. Next year will be different for many reasons, but you can never underestimate a group of girls who love to prove people wrong. Can't wait for next fall. I love you all.
This year's RCI cross-country team was comprised of some very talented midgets, a strong junior contingent, and solid leadership at the senior level. All athletes progressed well throughout the season, developing strength and endurance at each successive meet. Leaf Buxton had many strong results, including a 2nd place at the Ottawa Lions Invitational and the Griffin Open. Luke Hansen placed in the top 10 of the Open Division in Ottawa, and Sam Buxton, Noah Matthews, Chloe Gibbons, Savannah Pinsent, and Max Hemsley ran with heart at every race. At the county championships, Cassidy Frisk pulled off a come-from-behind sprint finish to take the bronze medal, with Hannah Hubert right behind her in 5th. Sam Buxton also earned a bronze medal with a courageous run, while Leaf took on a strong field to take silver. The junior boys team of Leaf, John Roach, Alexander Vanderplug, and Malcolm McKenna placed first overall, bringing home the county title. At Eossa, Cassidy and Hannah had strong mental and physical races, finishing in the top 10, while Leaf earned a trip to OFSA. At OFSA, Leaf had a very solid performance, finishing 34th out of 275 racers.
The 6-on-6 junior football team played this year in the Eastern Ontario Football Conference. Mr. Stewart arranged our participation. The players showed they were committed, and we coaxed Mr. Ugama out of coaching retirement to take over the defense. Our O-line got stronger all season, with Jack Stewart, Ethan Rose, Patrick McFadden, and Carson Cameron making up the unit. When he wasn't excited, Rose developed into a skilled long snapper, while tight end Stewart's hands got better and better. Workhorse Alex Rowe was all heart in leading the offense, a double threat to pass or run. This season, Rowe passed for an outstanding 630 yards and lugged the ball for 500 more. Johnny Roach scored against every team, and there are Trojans and Knights out there still having nightmares after he scored 4 touchdowns against them. As well, Johnny had an amazing 300-yard game against Gananoque. Carson Hansen developed into an offensive weapon that could catch or run the ball, while backup quarterback Malcolm McKenna's 54-yard bootleg TD was certainly a season highlight. On the defensive side, the tough Carson Lefebvre and TJ Wilson excelled, while marauding McKenna was our middle linebacker. Ben Milne, Caleb Clemmer, Carson Moran made up the defensive backfield and could be counted on to swarm to the ball, even in the freezing rain and far off Van Cleek Hill. Thank you to the players for a great fun season. Good luck in senior ball. You should all play, obviously. To our grade 9s, it'll be hard to top that, so get your game face on.
Dear student, I'm glad you decided to join the team. I know at first you weren't sure if it was your kind of thing. Honestly, I thought the same thing about being a coach. Would I have the time? Could I handle the workload? Well, the answer is yes. And it's been so worth it. I've seen how school sports help students build confidence and improve their grades. And the research backs it up. But what I didn't know is how getting to know my students as a coach could actually make me a better teacher.
Senior football returned to the 12-man game this year, with grade 10 players used to fulfill the necessary numbers to field the team. The Raiders had a 3-3 record, enjoying victories over Perth, Smith Falls, and Fellows, and lost lopsided games to Almont and Deep River. Unfortunately, we had to forfeit the Turkey Bowl with Arnprior, which was a common theme in the league. Offensively, quarterback Brett Kluche completed touchdown passes to receivers Carter Salmon and Thomas Barber. Connor Fulton and Kelson Hart provided touchdowns on the ground with some solid running behind a very dedicated offensive line. Hart was solid as punter and kicker, scoring points and getting the team valuable field position at crucial times. Defensively, veterans Zach Rowe, Nathan Vanderwater, and Connor Fulton led the way with tackles, while Drew Baychamp led with the most interceptions. The team would like to thank Mr. Bulger for his volunteer efforts and wish all graduating players luck with their future endeavors.
It was an excellent season for RCI tennis. The tennis team was made up of Olivia Reed, Abby Heaslip, Noah Matthews, Lauren Cormier, Olivia Smart, Alexander Vanderplug, Mallory Lambert, Jack O'Grady, and Wes Matthews. It was a cold, gray day in Petawawa for the county championships, but that had no impact on RCI's performance. RCI shone. Olivia and Alexander and Lauren all won gold, and Mallory and Noah won silver, qualifying all of them for EOFSA. So at the end of May, at 5:30 in the morning, with large Tim Horton coffees in hand, we headed off to EOFSA Tennis in Kingston. At EOFSA, Olivia and Alexander played very well together, encouraging and supporting each other to handily win their matches, securing gold, while Mallory and Noah displayed grit and determination when they fought their way back from a 0-3 losing score to win an EOFSA silver. Lauren had a slow start to her day with a late start and a tough opponent, but that did not stop her from finishing with 2 6-0 wins, securing a bronze. Congratulations, RCI tennis team, and thank you for a great season.
Our girls rugby team this year had a large number of eager and athletic rookies, combined with a few seasoned veterans. Our lack of experience hurt us in games, but they were eager, and I'm sure the future looks good if these core of determined players return.
To say this year's junior basketball season was merely memorable would be the understatement of the year. The boys invested in a team-first mentality and put in extra effort to live up to their potential. And this investment paid off, with the team finishing atop a three-way tie for first place in the regular season. This home court advantage proved to be significant in hosting an all-Renfrew League final. A packed Grant Gym with generations of Raiders in attendance saw a back-and-forth battle, with RCI down as many as 8 points in the third quarter before the youthful energy of our grade 9s re-entered the game and turned the tide for the good guys for good. The final epitomized the team-first approach as 4 Raiders scored 9 points or more. At Eossa, the boys went 1-1 and ended pool play with a 3-way tie. The point differential tiebreak eliminated them from championship contention, but the boys can take solace in the fact that they defeated the eventual Eossa silver medalists. Overall, the team finished the season with a 13-8 record, a 9-3 record versus single A teams, and a very impressive 9-2 record in the calendar year of 2019. For the rest of our lives, we will remember cutting down the nets as 2019 Renfrew County champions. Let's get it done again next year.
RCI's Nordic ski team had great conditions this winter with lots of snow on the trails in Pembroke, Ottawa, and Duntroon. Eossa was held at Forest Lee in Pembroke with Kyle Hall, Wes Matthews, Max Hemsley, and Leif Buxton competing. All skiers skied strongly. Leif was 5th, just 7 seconds out of the silver medal position, but this was enough to secure an OFSA qualifying spot. At OFSA, Leif had an amazing race on the challenging Duntroon course, placing 8th overall in the junior boys high school division. Congratulations, Leif, on the top OFSA placing ever for an RCI Nordic skier.
You can only trust the process for so long before you need to start producing results. The senior boys basketball team was heading down a familiar slope, having started the season 0-3 and down 18 points in the fourth quarter of Game 4. But then something clicked. And on the shoulders of Riley Ballmer's 4 fourth quarter threes and 14 fourth quarter points, the Raiders came back against all odds to win the game. From there, everything started to shift, and the Raiders started winning. Among the highlights was the upset of the number 2 ranked Mackenzie Mustangs, winning the silver medal at the Napanee Invitational Tournament, and defeating Opiongo on the road on the final day of the regular season to launch the Raiders into the playoffs for the first time in 5 years. With this experience under our belt and a strong group of sophomores graduating to senior next year, the sky is the limit for next year's team. Just remember, to play the game is great, to win is greater, but to love the game is greatest of all.
The 2018-19 junior girls volleyball season was a season that seemed like it would have no end due to the numerous weather-related interruptions. The junior girls volleyball team finished the regular season play in 6th place with a record of 4 wins and 5 losses. This record was not indicative of the Raiders' skill level, however. Although the girls' play was inconsistent at times, the Raiders demonstrated that they could compete with any of the teams in the league, as many of the losses were closely contested. Due to the schedule-related issues, the playoff structure was modified to a single elimination format. In a very well-played match, the Raiders lost to number 3 Bishop Smith in the quarterfinals 3-1. Thanks for a great season, ladies.
This was another phenomenal season for our Alpine racers. With county wins for 2 ski teams and a snowboarding team, the Eossa Gold for the 2 ski teams, we sent almost all of our athletes to OFSA. Our snowboarders had a strong OFSA showing, but a couple of slight mishaps kept us from an OFSA medal. Our skiers also competed well at OFSA. After having the first day cancelled due to severe weather, Our second day was capped off by some top 20 finishes, including a fourth and a silver medal for Zach. Congratulations to all of our racers on a great season.
The senior girls volleyball team had an up and down year this year. We had some big wins and some close losses. The team never disappointed as we were in every game we played, but just couldn't win the ones we needed to. Unfortunately, with a 3-7 record, we narrowly missed making the playoffs this year. Thanks for an entertaining season this year, girls, and good luck to our graduating seniors.
This year's varsity girls hockey team had a great combination of veterans and rookies, and they gelled together as the season progressed. Unfortunately, we did not get the puck luck we needed to make the playoffs. Thank you for all the veteran leadership, and good luck to all our graduating players.
Dear Coach, thank you for missing your family dinner so we can practice. Thank you for being on our side. Thank you for teaching us the things that are in the curriculum and the things that aren't. Because while we were getting ready for the big game, we were actually getting ready for the rest of our lives.
Varsity boys hockey team this year had a successful season, getting into a position to vie for the fourth and final playoff spot. Unfortunately, they lost out on the tie-breaking procedure to Arnprior. The boys are to be congratulated on some hard work and discipline out on the ice. Special thanks to senior leadership for continuing to try to grow the Raiders program, and good luck to graduating players.
Our badminton teams were fairly small again, but this didn't stop us from bringing home hardware at every county event. Highlight performances were gold in novice boys doubles for Noah and Carter, gold for Olivia and Elle in junior girls doubles, who narrowly edged out our own Hannah and Kenya, who took the silver. Silver for Mallory in junior girls singles, silver for Laura and Alexa, a new girl to sport, in recreational girls singles, and a silver for Wes in varsity boys singles. The excellent gameplay of all of our junior badminton players contributed to RCI winning the Junior Badminton County Team Championship. This was RCI's first junior championship since 2004. Congratulations to all badminton players on a great season. We would like to extend our thanks to our community coach, Rick Dillabo. Although he had to leave us midway through the season due to a severe pickleball injury, we appreciated his knowledge and unique personality early on.
We know that school sports have a positive effect on our children's social skills, academic success, and even mental health. Students who play school sports feel more capable of achieving their goals in school. Girls who play sports have a greater social and economic mobility. And adults who played school sports display higher levels of leadership, self-confidence, and self-respect. So what does that look like in the real world? There are examples of successful people who played school sports in every industry. Entertainment, business, healthcare, and beyond. But the most important success stories are those of the people who make sure that sports are and continue to be a vital part of the school experience, because they are the ones writing the success stories of tomorrow.
This was a thrilling year in RCI Junior Boys Soccer. Our team was a bit raw at the beginning of the season, but these boys had heart. From their first time on the field, they improved every day, allowing them to secure a solid regular season record and move into the playoffs with confidence. After winning their semifinal game, they claimed their spot in the championship match. They came into the finals as the underdogs, but nonetheless, they pushed the other team to their limits. Regular play ended in a 3-3 draw, so we went into golden goal overtime. The first overtime ended scoreless, and nearing the end of the second overtime, an unfortunate series of events led to a penalty in the box. We do have the best keep in the league, but a well-struck penalty shot is near impossible to save. Gentlemen, you played with more heart than any team in the league, and you should be proud.
The junior girls soccer team knew they had the potential to go to EASA. They didn't disappoint. The team was made up of a good mix of experienced and new soccer players. Solid defensively, they minimized the shots on goal. The midfield controlled the play during each game, and our strikers attacked with speed and tenacity. Season highlights include beating the other school twice, Hannah Hubert's 2 penalty shot goals in the Single A championships to win, and taking the county champions to overtime, then playing the eventual EASA champions even for most of their game. Great season, ladies.
The senior boys soccer team had a successful campaign in 2019, going 1-1-1 in exhibition play before grinding out a 4-1-1 record in the regular season. When a group strives for a common goal, they form a special bond, and this group bonded over our desire to win. We had 5 lads score, with Crawford Levois being the only one that cost the coach. The defense was stellar, as we earned 2 shutouts and never gave up more than 2 goals until the playoffs. Super speedster Zach Rowe seemed to be able to catch everyone. Riley Bulmer apparently made no mistakes. Carter Salmon grew into a stopping giant, and Jack Schoeneman, Nathan Vanderwater, and Taliesin Roberts combined aggression and clean play perfectly. The midfield were skilled and very hard-working, with Old Man Bleak setting modern team records for goals scored and games played. Thank you to our graduating super seniors who played through 3 solid seasons. Quicksilver Stephen Young, Cody, the Assassin Mackin, Carter Keep On Comin Haima, and the goal-scoring goalie, Brett Kluche. It has been a pleasure seeing you grow into the hard-working, never-say-die team players you are today. Thanks for the season, gentlemen, and for those returning next year, you know we have work to do, so let's get to it.
This season for the senior girls soccer team can be best described as a valiant effort. With many of the team members being involved in many aspects of high school, the team struggled to have effective practices and relied on juniors to provide backups during games. The season began strong with a 1-0 win over Fellows, and after 4 games their record was 1-2-1, leading to the second tournament day. With players being drawn to the Delft French Test and the Special Olympics in Toronto and points between, the difficult decision to pull the plug was made by Mr. Ugama. Disappointing end to a season with so much promise. Can't wait to next year, ladies.
The track and field team had a very strong competitive 2019 season, in spite of the late spring and cold, rainy temperatures right into June. The throwers showed dominance in the discus ring, with many strong performances in early season meets, including a win at the prestigious TIS Invitational by senior girl Josie Doring. At the county meet, our throwers, jumpers, hurdlers, and long-distance runners made a statement, with the following athletes winning county championships: Hannah Hubert, John Roach, Jordan Stokes, Mallory Lambert, Ryan Stevens, Luke Hansen, Xander Vanderplug, and the junior boys 4x100 team of Xander, John, Carson Hansen, and Malcolm McKenna. Jordan Stokes was named top midget boy athlete of the meet for winning all 3 of his individual events. At EASA, many team members had personal best performances to move on to the East Regional Championships, including Malcolm, who qualified in 2 events, triple jump and discus. 12 athletes competed at the East Regionals: Luke, Josie, Mallory, Hannah, Xander, Malcolm, Cassidy Frisk, Keegan Crozier, Leaf Buxton, Mason Lynch, Olivia Smart, and Noah Matthews. Hannah Hubert and Mallory Lambert both won East Regional titles, with Mallory breaking the East Regional record in discus. Mallory also joins her dad on the RCI record board, breaking Caitlin Van Dodeward's junior discus record. At OFSA, Hannah placed 10th in the junior girls 300-meter hurdles with a season's best performance, while Mallory had a strong sequence of throws to place 5th in the province in junior girls discus. Congratulations to all team members on a superb season. We look forward to building on our successes next year. On a final note, the team would like to sincerely thank volunteer coach Shane Lambert for the hours he spent at the ring, sharing his expertise with us. We are so lucky to have his help.
Congratulations to Savannah Pinsent, Duncan Jameson, and Lila Fraser, who all made it to TD Place in Ottawa to represent RCI at this year's OFSA Wrestling Championships. I am in awe of their commitment, determination, and work ethic, and I am honored to be a part of this tremendously talented and dedicated team. Special thanks to community coach Harry Smith. Without his commitment and expertise, our team would not exist. You are about to watch a video clip of Savannah entering the arena at TD Place for her gold medal match, and then round 2 of that match, in which Savannah pins her opponent. Number 1 in all of Ontario. Well done, Savannah. Well done, team.
And she will face her working opponent, Raphael Aravagian from Guelph Collegiate. And finally, in the 5th place match, from Mississauga, Laura Chu. Fighting against, from Sinclair, Sucknor Dylan.
Next up.
Come on, Lord, you got her. She's down. She's totally down for
Junior R. To receive your Junior R in grade 9, you need 30 points. To receive your Junior R in grade 10, you need 32 points. To receive your Junior R in grade 11, you need 54 points and 10 leadership hours. Senior R. To obtain your Senior R in grade 10, you need 54 points. To obtain your Senior R in grade 11, you need 66 points. To obtain your Senior R beyond grade 11, you need 78 points and 20 leadership hours. The Lillian Hanford Award for Junior Female Athlete of the Year. Awarded for outstanding achievement in junior athletics this year. The award is named in honor of Lillian Hanford, a former student and teacher who led RCI's girls basketball teams to 6 consecutive Eastern Ontario championships in the 1930s. The Roy McNabb Award for Junior Male Athlete of the Year. Awarded for outstanding achievement in junior athletics this year. The award is named after Roy McNabb. Roy was an RCI student who excelled at athletics before serving as a member of the 1st Battalion of the Black Watch of Canada in the Second World War. He was killed in action in August 1944 in northern France. R. W. Donaldson Award for Female Athlete of the Year. Criteria include outstanding contribution to athletics this year, fine ambassador for RCI in sports, active involvement in at least one other year prior to this season, and exercises good sportspersonship. The Patrick Kennedy Award for Male Athlete of the Year. This award is open to senior grades, recognizing most outstanding male athletic achievement while being an excellent role model for others and an excellent ambassador for RCI. The award is named after Patrick Kennedy, who was a fantastic athlete during his time at RCI and during his time while studying at Queen's and McGill universities. He was killed while serving Canada in World War II. Dr. Burwell Award. The recipient of this award should have fulfilled these qualities: played on school teams, helped with intramurals, displayed leadership qualities and initiative, ungrudgingly donated her time in order to better the athletic and intramural programs, and she should have done so in a cooperative manner. This recipient must be a female in grade 12. The John Scott Award. The recipient of this award should have participated in a variety of sports at RCI while unselfishly making a significant contribution to the overall success of RCI's athletic program. This recipient must be a male in grade 12. The award is named in honor of former RCI teacher and principal at RCI who coached football and track and field while being the driving force behind the renovation of the Grant Gym in 2008. The Frank Lynch Award, in memory of a former staff member who died in August 1980. This award will be presented to a student or group of students from RCI who, as a result of an outstanding athletic achievement, usually beyond the level of inter-school competition, has brought recognition and distinction to themselves and RCI. The students will be honored by having their names inscribed on a plaque, which will remain in the school, and each will receive a certificate of recognition.
Dear Mom and Dad, studies show that I'm more confident in my abilities.
I'm more empowered to stand up for what I believe in.
More likely to stay away from tobacco, alcohol, and drugs.
To find positive ways to overcome my challenges.
I care more about school and my homework.
I feel more in control of my life
and my future.
And it's all because you realize that school sports are about more than championships.
And now, with his final remarks on the 2018-2019 Renfrew Collegiate Athletic season, please welcome to the podium your athletic director, Mr. Wilson.